Hi. Um, if you're new here, I'm Liam. I make music, and I released my second song. This is The Bathroom. And I wanted to do a little writing slash production breakdown because I'm quite happy with this piece, with this song, with this beat, whatever you want to call it. Um, I don't know. I mean, if you listen to the song already, there's one place to start, and that's in the bass. So this bass line is heavily inspired by "Things Will Fall Apart" by Lewis Cole. He did a live album with the Metropole Orchestra. It's a great album. This is probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite song off of the album too. "Things Will Fall Apart." So I'll maybe put a clip of that in here. And then get demonetized. Not that I would be making money off of this anyway, but um, here. So let's just listen to the bass line. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah. It's just this. It was originally written, I think, for a bass, a synth, and I think a bari sax. I wanted a bari sax, but then I instead of using horns, I went with synths. If you look at the top, this was originally just called Brassy Chant. Um, so what a name. So this is made up of me playing bass. This is a Surge synth. I don't know why it's not coming up. You wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But that's definitely what you're mostly hearing when this part's playing. But there's also this other bass, which is also a Surge bass. This one's much harder to hear, but it is there. It definitely is present. This one just definitely kind of brings these sounds together. More of a blending sound, if anything. But I like it. There's actually another bass sound that didn't end up getting used right here. This one's okay. It didn't get it used, so that's why it's down here in the unused tracks. So that's just kind of how that went. I don't know where this bass line came from other than that Lewis Cole song. Uh, and yeah, I don't know how to program synth, so that's why there are four basses in this song, which is like a sin, but it sounds fine. So, okay, we'll keep moving on. Next part I think I want to talk about is probably the synths. This is at the beginning. We have these synths panned left and right. That's what you're mostly hearing, but I also have this organ sound under it. I think both of these are just stock Logic. Yeah. I love this. This organ sounds great in the mix. Like looking out the window of the bathroom, I lose my grip on it. You're getting just enough highs and stuff. That sounds great. I like this. I like this sound a lot. Um, but so a big reason why this song sounds the way it does. It's I think I think the best way to describe it is dramatic. It's a very dramatic song. Um, that's because this song's in a key called harmonic minor. I think it's E harmonic minor, and all songs are into keys. Most songs are major or minor keys. When it comes to minor keys, there's kind of three different types of minors. We're going to ignore one of them and just explain the other two. The one that we're going to ignore is melodic minor. It's not very important right now. Uh, you can look that one up. Uh, but most songs in a minor key you'll hear is it'll be in natural minor, so it'll just be whatever the key signature is. No notes changed, anything. But this song is in melodic minor. So what's actually happening is not melodic, harmonic minor. So what's actually happening is moving some of the notes around in the scale. So the scale, oh, I should have my MIDI out. I don't have my MIDI out. 1 minute. Let me set this up. So with harmonic minor, it'll usually sound like this, or with natural minor will usually sound like this. Great. But we're using harmonic minor. So the only thing that's actually changed is this note. This is our home note. The note right below it, which is usually here, just gets raised, which creates a pull effect to there. So instead of you get cool. So all that's changing is this note from here to there. And that's what makes it sound so dramatic. It's that pull. So you can hear it. You can hear it right in these keys. And bass actually follows that too, so that's kind of what this whole song is based off of. At least the first half. This song's pretty clearly split, like right down the middle here, like right down here. But we'll get into that second half a little later. Yeah, so that's why the song is so dramatic. To circle back around, that's the keys, I guess. And now I guess we'll just look at the drums. So while I was making this song, I started with just Logic plugins. That's what old drums is. Originally sounded like this. And I actually kept most of these drums, except we downloaded the Dead Drums plugin. Free plugin, right? It was free? No, I think it was $30. Still not that bad. These drums sound great. Like, oh, that bass drum sounds so much better than this one. Yeah. And then I actually didn't end up using the snare. I'll explain that later, but there's some snare in here too. Oh. Listen to that. I think there's a little bit of crunch on there. That sounds great. But I'll explain why I didn't use it. I opted for just the Logic snare, which also sounds fine. This is a nice snare. So that's it's a pretty basic like rock beat. Yeah. There's nothing too special about that. It's just keeping beat. Just like what I like. It's pretty simple. But in the song it sounds
Looking out the window of the bathroom, I lose my grip.
great, especially when everything comes in on 2 instead of 1. The crash is perfect.
Looking out the window of the bathroom.
So that's the drums for the verse. It's pretty simple. Break it down. Some more interesting drum parts going on later in the song. We'll come back. We'll circle around. Lastly, there's vocals. And vocals is a bit of an interesting story. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of vocals. So there's some more unused vocals in here, I think. This vocal part, I had one thing. And right before this song released, we completely rewrote it. Me and Kate completely rewrote these vocals. It was a really good decision. I don't think what we had before. I think I completely deleted them. Yeah, they're not even in here. But it was uninteresting. We didn't use them. This is a much more interesting vocal part. And we used autotune. Nothing wrong with autotune. Autotune's a tool. You use autotune to make you in tune. Kate's a great singer. That being said, sometimes she gets out of pitch. She falls out of pitch, and that's fine. And she'll admit it. She'll admit that she falls out of pitch every once in a while. You just throw a little autotune on that. That being said, the autotune is a little more artsy here, I guess. It's pumped. It's cranked. It's noticeable. It's not trying to be sneaky. Like, it's...
Looking out the window of the bathroom, I lose my grip on everything. I can't think straight, slipping up.
It sounds sick. I wanted autotune. She wanted autotune. This track is also unmuted just because this track is just very quiet compared to the rest. So, just...
Looking out the window of the bathroom,
it blends better.
I lose my grip on everything. I can't think straight, slipping up. I don't even really know what to do.
Maybe not noticeable when it's soloed, but it's better when it's
Looking out the window of the bathroom,
still a little quiet.
I lose my grip on everything. I can't think straight, slipping up. I don't even really know what to do.
We did opt to not double these vocals, and I don't know if that was a good choice or not, but I think it's fine. It's fine. This is a fun melody, just this kind of 16th note thing into this.
I lose my grip on everything. I can't think straight, slipping up.
So much more interesting than what we had before. That's the verse. I think I broke that down. Let's move on to the chorus / pre-chorus section. I don't really know what to call this. It's kind of a weird structure, this song, but here we have the little synth solo. So this is just very simply a we have 1 to the 7 to the 1. 7 1 5. So 1 7 1 7 1 5. Repeat. Pretty simple. Don't have to overcomplicate it, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's the main chord progression. Just the ba-da-da-da-da-da. Just this little calm response thing almost. You get the ba-da-da-da-da-da, and then you get the little solo. Yeah. This was originally written for horns. That's just how I started this piece. So this was like trumpet, alto sax, tenor sax. It's cool. I'm fine with the synth. I like the synths. I do like the synths a lot. I think this was Kate's favorite part of the song. She always sing it when we were recording. I don't think there's much more to talk about. Drums kind of follow, right? No, drums just keep going. Drums just fucking keep going. Keep the groove going. cool. Drums are awesome.
I'm not dreaming anyway.
When I write drum parts, I'm quite inspired by a band called Wolfpack. If that's not clear through TikTok and whatever. The way Wolfpack writes drum is very minimal. There's like no drum fills throughout any of this. Most of the interesting stuff happens in the cymbals with the crashes on 2 and stuff, like. And it's just hi-hat. And here there's a little more interesting, I guess. What's happening here? Okay. Cool. That's just a little bit more. Still not much, though. So, like... Cool. Nothing wrong with that. And then we are about to lose our world and everything in it, and we'll turn that latency off because that'll mess it up. There's a vocoder. This might be the one thing I don't love about this song. I don't love how this vocoder sounds. It's 3 vocoders stacked, mixed, I think, a little differently in each, or not at all, actually. That's a problem. That should not be, whatever. But... yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. I probably won't change it. I don't know if anybody has pointers on vocoder stuff, but and then we're right back to the beginning. And then it repeats. I don't think anything's really different other than this kind of new vocal section that happens. We have...
I'm stressing, I'm stressing, I'm stressing out. Can someone just help me out? I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. I lose my grip on everything I can't.
We really just included this for something different. This is a very busy vocal section, I guess. Like, there's rest in here. But it's just... I think it can be kind of taxing. So this is just a different... something different. I think it adds a really nice... changes it up nicely. It's a nice... I think it's a nice little surprise. Like, just doing... I'm stressing. Like, it feels so nice, I think. Like...
I'm stressing, I'm stressing.
Go back.
The other way around, I think it's all about to go. I'm stressing, I'm stressing, I'm stressing.
Yeah, and you just feel it.
Can someone just help me out? I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. I lose my grip on everything. I can't think straight, it's slipping up.
Yeah. That's great. I think it just feels nice. It's a really nice change of pace halfway through the song. Well, a little less, actually. Anyway, after that, I needed something new. I think when this the original version of this song went from that section straight to the new section, we're taking a break. We're letting the MIDI drums do their thing. This is all the Logic drummer, by the way. I kind of wish this was live, but it's hard. It's hard to record live drums. Probably for this album, I'm not really planning on doing live drums, but maybe that'll change. We'll see. This is all just the Logic drummer. This is Logic drummer presets. It's awesome. I kind of messed with this part. It's a nice break from all the synths and stuff, from the big don't. Like, it's a good, much needed break. But that takes us right into a new section. Oh, let's look at the keys, because keys actually kind of changed. There's some new pads in here. which you can hear much more clearly later. I'll point them out. But it's just to kind of fill in the area. It makes this section of the song feel so much more like spatial and like big, in my opinion. Especially since it's just drums and synths, it kind of needs it. So this is I stole this. This is one of my favorite songs of all time, probably. Enjoy the Silence. That song's in like A, and the live version that I really, really like is in like B flat. This song's in E. So it's much less dramatic. This whole part is much less dramatic. It's a very nice contrast to the beginning of the song. Especially once the vocals come back in. But before they come back in, we just have this little slight change in the chord progression. And then vocals come back in.
It's crashing down. The sky is falling. We're all gonna drown. There is no hope left, no time to fear because the world is.
Yeah, this is super reverb. This is supposed to... I really did want these vocals to kind of feel like they were in the middle of this large room created by the synths and the drums. So it's just like...
The world is ending. It's crashing down. The sky is falling. We're all gonna drown.
I think I wanted it to feel like almost a cry for help. Like...
The world is ending.
It's just someone screaming their lungs out, trying to get attention, trying to warn people.
Because the world is ending and the end is near.
This whole second half of the song, I really wanted to kind of provoke a kind of like party till the end of the world type thing. Just kind of, there's a Gorillaz album called Humans, which kind of has that same theme.
When your private life is dreaming.
But it's always a theme that I think is found it very interesting. So you just get these synths and then one voice like screaming out. They just keep screaming. And I think the sad part is that no one hears them. And they slowly get more alone as all the instruments fade out and stuff. And then everybody keeps partying. It just keeps going. That's this whole ending. The bass line comes back in. Though a little different. I think I muted... Maybe I didn't. Maybe I unmuted it. That was a last second thing then if I unmuted that. One of these, either this left or right pan was muted. I guess up till the very last second. I don't remember. I kind of remember it. I remember Kate was like, bass is too quiet. So it's like, okay. I don't remember unmuting it though. So, yeah, it's the same thing throughout the rest of the song. And the pads, as everything, the pads are the only thing that don't fade out. Like, synths fade out, drums fade out. And then we just have this nice riser effect. Kind of sounds shitty on its own, but in context, kind of brings it all right back in.
Time to fear because the world is ending and the end is. The world
Yeah.
is ending, it's crashing down.
It just feels nice. It's another glue thing that you really shouldn't notice. But it's there. And secret. It's my little secret. It's kind of shitty. It's off of freesound.org. I love freesound.org. And I just
Ending in the end is the world.
just like squashed it down to fit. Like if we turn this off, like all of a sudden it's that long. Turn it back on, it's that short. What does the sound like unmushed? Crazy. That's too long. That's sick. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, that's like kind of the song. It's like this massive thing. Like looking at all of the tracks like undone, like this thing's massive. But the song itself is pretty simple. It's just this really large production with this just play it out like
Falling and I'm gonna drown. There is no hope left, no time to fear because my world is ending and the end is.
like I think this ending really makes the whole song. Like this is great and all, but like once you get here and it's just this build and build and build to the end, it's so I think it's very satisfying, and it wraps up the song very nicely. But I think that's it. Felt like a short recording. I don't know. Well, that's not that bad. 33 minutes. I think the last one edited down was like 33 minutes. So I hope people enjoy this. Anyway, yeah, that's my song, The Bathroom. Kind of broken down a little for everybody. I'm not, again, I do want a preference. I don't think, again, I actually don't think I said this. I don't have any sort of degree in like music tech or music production or anything. Like I don't have really any experience. It's just me kind of doing it. So use my tricks, I guess. I don't have to. Probably shouldn't. Like this. Don't do this. Don't stack 3, 4 bases on top of each other. Bad idea. Anyway. Peace. Have a good one. Go listen to my music. Bye.